grumpy
Alright guys,
guy.
what are we cooking today?
We're cooking gnocchi, or gnocchi. Gnocchi. We talked about it earlier.
Which is it?
I don't know. There's a lot of different
Which
ways to
is
say it.
I call it gnocchi.
Most people make gnocchi with potato and flour and egg as the base. So the way my nana made it was with ricotta cheese and flour and egg, a little bit of salt. So it's a different texture. It's a little bit of a different flavor. I particularly like it better. And we're gonna do her sauce today too. So we did a lamb gravy and it's really simple. The gnocchi is flour, ricotta cheese, some eggs, some salt. That's about it. And then as far as the sauce, a little bit of onion. I have some lamb shank, Roma tomatoes, some garlic, basil, salt and pepper, olive oil. I think that covers it. Both my sisters and their kids are here today also, and we'll all be helping out with the rolling out of the dough later. So it's gonna definitely be a multi-generational legacy recipe for sure. So we're gonna do the sauce first. It's really simple. It's a little bit of olive oil in a cast iron pan. Is the way to do it. Nice and hot. I already have this preheated. And so first thing to do is to sear off the lamb. So I have a lamb shank here. And so this is a nice old seasoned one. It's gonna get a little splashy. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. And we're gonna brown this off first. Get the flavor of this guy going. I'm gonna just rough chop this a bit. I don't want the pieces to be too small. I'll throw some garlic in here for a second. Just enough for it to get a little bit of the aromatics out. You know, Nana probably got me into cooking in general. I remember being 5, 6 years old, and I remember rolling it out and having the table covered in flour and just doing all of that stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we're back, and Melissa's gonna do the gnocchi part of the equation with my daughter Kira. And so Melissa, have at it.
All right, so Kira, we're gonna start with the flour first. There's about 2 cups of flour. The way that my grandmother Nana used to do it was right on the countertop, so that's how we're gonna do it. There you go. So we're going to dump 2 cups of flour and kind of make a little round circle, which is where we're going to crack 1 egg. And then I like to use a fork to kind of break up the egg. And then Kira, if you want to get, we have 1 pound of ricotta cheese that I'm slowly going to add in. Thanks, Kira. A little bit at a time. I kind of like to mash it, and then I get my hands in and get messy.
I remember growing up and she making the gnocchi, but we would eat most of them before they were put in the pot to cook. There was 3 boys, and she would probably have to double the batch in order to get enough for dinner, because we would have them, most of them gone by the time they were ready for the pot. So that was my earliest memory.
After this is all blended in, we usually put it in a bowl, cover it, and let it refrigerate and get a little bit firm before we start to roll. Kira, if you want to pop that in there for me. And then I usually just put a little bit on top. And then we'll put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then take it back out to cut.
It just keeps the history going of why we do things. The younger generation, which is 4 years old, I guess, right now, all the way up to my dad, who's 47. And it helps the kids know where they came from and know what is important to family.
So, here's our dough, girls. Here, why don't you roll mine a little bit? And we'll trade. And then once we have it ready, then we take a knife and we cut them into about 1-inch pieces. Take about 2 fingers and just pull towards you until the dough rolls off of your fingers. A little bit of flour, 2 fingers, and just pull it towards you so that it rolls right off your fingers.
I think Addison's got it.
Make sure you press a little bit
Okay, watch
hard
this.
so that you get your finger groove inside.
This.
Trade. What's up? Now when we're finished rolling all of them, we're going to transfer all the rolled gnocchis onto a tray, a cookie sheet or something, refrigerate them, and leave them there till we're ready to cook. Like my dad was saying earlier, was always make some extras because tasting them raw is the way to know if they're going to be great in the end.
Okay, so I have some boiling salted water over here on the stove, and I'm going to take these lovely children-made gnocchis and get them in the water. These just take about really 2 or 3 minutes tops. Once they float up to the top, you're pretty much finished. Here we go. And I like just to hit these with a little bit of olive oil first. This is that gravy from earlier in the day, and all the meat is buttery and golden and delicious. Little chunks of meat. Let me grab a little bit of that. Little tomatoes on top, a little garnish of basil. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of cheese. And this is the part my Nana wouldn't do, but I'm doing it anyway. There we go. My version of Nana's gnocchi.
Delicious food is one of the prime reasons I'm still here, I think. Yeah, the legacy recipes are great.